ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
Tune in for the rhythms that
It's 11 minutes past 2 p.m. This is the studio of Power 365 FM, and it's time for the local news. My name is James Oluwadurotimi Aremu. First of all, the headlines. NDLEA rejects report on Kano chairmanship candidate drug test. Federal government to spend 47.5 billion on upgrading 50 secondary schools. Nigeria record 4,915 suspected meningitis cases, 361 deaths. Thomas Love dies after sharing testimony in Lagos church. On the sports scene, Chelsea ownership rift exposed and explained. Now the news and details. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency Kano State Command on Wednesday said it was misquoted in reports circulating in the media about 20 chairmanship candidates tested positive for drug in the state. Contrary to the report, the NDLEA did not state that 20 chairmanship candidates tested positive for drugs. A press statement by the Assistant Superintendent of Narcotics Public Relations Officer Sadiq Maigatari stated the agency, however, stated that 20 candidates had indeed tested positive, but the number was not specific to any particular seat or political party. Well, the statement added that it is important to know that candidates are presenting themselves for the drug integrity test on an individual basis without indication of the position they are aspiring for, be it chairmanship or councillorship or the political party they belong to. To this extent, the NDLEA cannot explicitly determine who is contesting for chairmanship or councillorship position. We therefore urge the public to await the official release of the test result at the end of a screening exercise, as the NDLEA is committed to transparency and accuracy in the electoral process. Alright, the National Senior School Education Commission on Wednesday revealed that a total of 50 selected senior secondary schools will undergo infrastructural upgrades nationwide as part of its mandate as an intervention agency. Well, the executive secretary of the commission, Dr. Iyela Ajayi, made this known during the groundbreaking ceremony of one of the 50 selected secondary schools in Cotton, Cafe, Kogi State. When speaking during the ceremony, Iyela noted that a needs assessment was conducted across the various selected schools. Further noted that the rehabilitation of the schools followed the mandate given by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Iyela noted that the upgrade of the 50 schools in the first phase will cost 47.5 billion naira. Welcome back. A total sum of 4,950 suspected cases of cerebrospinal meningitis from 24 states in the 2023 and 2024 seasons. The Director General of the NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, will disclose this at a press briefing today in Abuja, stated that it has also recorded 361 deaths with a case fatality rate of 7.3% from the disease. According to Dr. Idris, said a total of 859 samples were collected from the reported suspected cases since the beginning of the outbreak, and 378 were confirmed, 44% positivity rate. Neisseria meningitis serogroup C accounts for 90%. Haemophilus influenzae type B (HIP) 6%, SPN 3%, NMX and NW 1% each. Where age group 5 to 15 years were reported the most affected. 60% of the total suspected cases are male. The 5 most affected states are Yobe 314, and Bauchi 517, Jigawa 389, Katsina 352, and Gobe 316, which account for 93% of all cases reported. But he added that there is a high increase in the trend of cases in 2024 compared to the last 4 years, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2022 respectively. Alright, the management of the National Youth Service Corps has insisted that the increase of Corps member allowance following the approval of a new minimum wage of 70,000 naira for workers will be determined by the federal government. The acting director of the Information and Public Relations Unit of the NYSC, Caroline Embu, made this known to the media yesterday, because that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed the new minimum wage bill of 70,000 naira into law on the 29th of July 2024, following weeks of negotiation with the leadership of the organized labor. Following the approval of the minimum wage, speculation had risen about the new pay for COP members, with some claiming to have received a directive to increase the capacity of their bank account to be able to receive above 50,000 naira. The supposed message read most of the COP members' accounts open in the camp cannot take more than 50,000 naira at once. All COP members are advised to visit their various banks and confirm that their accounts can take or receive more than 70,000 naira. However, the NYSC had released a statement stating that the purported message was absolutely falsehood. The attention of the National Youth Service Corps management has been drawn to misleading information circulating in the media regarding payment of 70,000 naira minimum wage to corps members and the directive to upgrade their account. This is an absolute falsehood, which is far from the truth. A 55-year-old woman identified only as Ifeoma reportedly died shortly after collapsing while sharing a testimony at the ministry church in the Ejigbo area of Lagos State. was alarmed by the incident, which occurred around 8:48 a.m. during Sunday service on the 8th of September 2024, ultimately led to a death a few minutes later. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, Benjamin Hundeyin, confirmed this to the media. Today, the 55-year-old woman had allegedly gone to the front of the church singing songs of gratitude as she prepared to give a testimony when she suddenly collapsed. Hundeyin said that the 55-year-old was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Before this, there was a report that a 30-year-old man who went to Elegushi Beach in Lagos for prayer was alleged to have drowned as well. The foreign scene. Presidential candidate for Republican and Democratic Party in the United States of America, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, are at the same 9/11 memorial the morning after it fires the bid, the first of the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Repeated policy but personal attacks also dominated the 90-minute event. He said people leave Trump rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. While Trump said people don't go to Harris, as in Harris rallies in the first place. Trump criticized Harris' record of immigration and border and also a shifting policy position. Harris blamed him for Trump abortion bans and the 6th January attacks on the U.S. Capitol. Now to the sport news. Chelsea ownership rift exposed and explained. Chelsea have two owners wanting to buy each other out. Neither wants to sell amid a rift at the heart of the club. And one corner is Todd Boehly, often mischaracterized as the main man and decision maker of the ownership, mainly because he had a very public facing role when Chelsea was taking over and made outlandish public comments, including the proposal of a Premier League All-Star game. Todd Boehly, who also owns the LA Dodgers baseball team, was first revealed in a Bloomberg report last week to want to buy out his rivals at Clear Lake Capital. But despite his front man profile, Boehly is a minority investor and has only 12.8% stake, the same as Alice and fellow billionaires Mark Walker and Hans Jørgensen, which limits his power to force the EU. Well, in the other corner is Bedard Egbali, who is really the most active and powerful figure at the Stamford Bridge. As co-owner of private equity firm Clear Lake, the company which owns a majority 61.5% stake at the club, is aligned with fellow Clear Lake co-founder Jose Feliciano as powerful figures who are adamant that they do not want to sell and are looking to increase their stake. They are willing to be patient while in control of Chelsea. While Todd Boehly is believed to want a resolution within the next 2 months. The ownership group trust together in order to buy Chelsea after sanctions were placed on former owner Roman Abramovich by the UK government because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It is now fractured into two clear camps. Well, in truth, the issues with Boehly and Clear Lake co-ownership have been suspected in football circles for some time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with this sport news, we've come to the conclusion of the local news, the 2 p.m. news. But before I round up, let me give you the headlines again. NDLEA rejects report on Kano chairmanship candidate drug test. Federal government to spend 47.5 billion naira on upgrading 50 secondary schools. NEMA and over 30,000 bags of maize carried to Akwa Ibom. Woman slaps dies while sharing testimony in Lagos church. By sport news, we talk about Chelsea ownership rift exposed and been explained. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the local news at Power365 FM. Join us again tomorrow. My name is James Odowaduro Timiaremu. To have a lovely evening ahead.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365.